Butterflies fill my spine, I feel myself getting hot again. Nerves rushing through my brain, yeah, they can't hear fire from the trees. You're standing by his side, red drops burning down your face. You're real close now, baby. Holy fuck, I feel it with you. I lose self-control. Now I found that you're not one to hear me now. You got me on my knees begging for your lady. And like a fool to stand around and let you blame me. And I'm riding in the sky to the heavens like an
Hi, my name is Leo Connors, and welcome to The Ring and All Other Sports. Tonight, I got 3 special guests. This is going to be a lot of fun, guys. I have the South Coast Sign Crew, Greg Jones Isaacson, Ryan Newell, and Sean Vadalaro. I got it?
Yes, sir.
Guys, I was worried about it. All right, guys, thank you for coming on. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you for having us.
My pleasure, guys.
Dream come true.
First question. How'd you guys meet?
Do you want me to do this?
Yeah, you start.
All right. So we met at a wrestling super show in Brockton, Massachusetts.
Ryan Drew's company.
Yes, sir. And first and foremost, it was probably like my 3rd or 4th indie show that I've ever been to that Sean brought me to. So it was myself, Sean, a few other of our friends, and behind us there was this annoying girl yelling for Cesar Leo and cheering him on.
Must have been his girlfriend.
You would think so, but it was actually Greg's sister. So I turn around, I start ribbing on her, and I turn around and Greg is holding a sign
my God.
similar to this, but it was a Caesar salad. And I was like, that's awesome. I got Greg's info from there, and we all became friends, started going to shows together, and it just
Green, so it probably won't show.
yeah, it's green. You won't see it. But it's awesome.
Wow.
Even when this wasn't at the Brockton VFW, you can still hear and see on footage people chanting Caesar salad whenever this guy shows up.
That is
It
awesome.
got a certain point.
That's-
It got so good that people started bringing Caesar dressing models.
Yeah.
Really?
Shows
Swear to
he was gonna
God.
be on.
That's awesome.
It's insane.
That is some great signs, guys. Wow.
That's how
All
we're
right.
gonna roll with this.
Yeah. All right. So who are some of your favorite wrestlers to rib with signs?
DJ Powers.
Yeah, that was quick.
One of the newer ones on the circuit, but
Yeah.
He owes me money.
Listen, he's killing it too, though.
He
For
is,
someone that's
and-
so new.
Yeah, for someone being so young, so new, he's doing stuff that I wish I could do.
Right.
But I love the joke with the kid, but he's earned my respect.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's not watching this, but you know.
Oh no, I hope.
I hope he is. No, I'm just
but-
kidding.
Because as soon as this comes out,
likes-
I'm ribbing him harder.
He likes a good Shirley
He
Temple.
loves a good Shirley.
Not
Yeah.
dirty Shirley, no.
He's too young. He's a baby.
Right. Yeah, he's a young kid.
But yeah,
we go hard on.
we go hard on him. We go hard on Mortar.
Yeah.
Mortar, or however you say his name, more DJ.
Last year.
God, yeah. Right? Look at all the pimples on his face.
Oh my God.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
But yeah, I like DJ Ariel BMT,
Yeah.
who behind the scenes became like a second family to us. So they've been awesome.
Fly.
Just
Yeah.
Second family, but here.
Totally violent.
Sean, help
Got
me.
it.
Oh my God.
Wait.
Oh no! Guys, these signs are phenomenal.
Jackpot. It's okay.
man.
We'll fix it.
Yeah, we will.
But
This one. Is
Wait. Swap it.
swap it.
Swap it, yeah.
There we go.
We're backwards.
We make the signs into its own little show. It's
They're very good to us, so we just return the favor.
Wow. They got some great kids too that
They
go to
do,
the show.
yeah.
They show lots of
Amazing
respect
oh my
to
god,
everybody.
Yes, their
Absolutely.
kids. They
Yes,
make
the
us
kids are great.
babysit them, but
Absolutely.
you know it's all right. You know.
Reference this one at the last show, but yeah, we popped that one. up.
Kids. All six
we
of
love
them.
them.
They got a lot of kids.
Dude,
And they're all great.
Yeah,
very
no
blessed.
doubt.
Yeah.
I went to a chaotic show. The last one. What's the big chaotic show?
Cold Fury.
Yes, Cold
Yeah.
Fury. And the kids were in the bleachers
Yeah.
all by themselves.
Yep.
And they mind their own
Just
business.
exactly.
It's
100%.
Sometimes you don't even know they're there.
Right.
But we go to Fight Life, and shout out Frankie for doing Fight Life because that show is incredible. But you will see their oldest daughter wearing a banana suit. And
That's awesome.
People
She's
come
having
up.
fun.
People come up to her and say, "Are you the banana girl?" And like, it's the funniest thing.
She has her own sack of signs. She does
Yeah.
her own thing.
yeah,
Oh, she does.
Yeah, we referenced her
Yeah.
last time, but at the same time, I'm so proud of that girl. She
That's
does her own thing.
awesome.
She doesn't need any help.
Right, right.
She sees and does.
Nice. And what about you, Sean? You have any favorite wrestlers you like? The Rib?
So one of my favorites. He's in Focus Pro. His name is Diego Alvarez.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
Welcome
I've had him as a
inside.
guest. I like Diego. Good kid. Good wrestler,
I have to
too.
get up to see it.
Great kid,
Should I
great
have it?
talent.
You can do it.
if you want.
Don't worry about it. Do it.
But
On
as
the
soon
fly.
as his
Signs on the
music
fly.
hits, and pardon the profanity, we
Yeah.
start with Diego.
Talk up Diego.
Yeah,
Keep talking about
yeah,
Diego. Diego's a what?
Makes his way.
Whoa.
Whoa. Makes his way in the ring. We'll keep going. We'll go harder. We'll go faster.
Right.
We'll really bring it to him.
But he gives it back.
He gives it right back.
course
but
he
that's what I
does.
appreciate.
Right.
If you can't give it back to me,
many.
I'm gonna stop eventually. And if I
Right.
stop, we all know this about wrestling. No pop, no heat. Dead
Right.
Yep.
Poppy Guapo.
I was just trying to be
Right? Isn't that who he is? Poppy Guapo.
yeah.
He is. But
He's a very talented kid, man. He really, really
hugely
is.
talented. Huge charisma out of
He's a
the
huge
kid.
dweeb. I'll say that.
There he is.
There he is.
Diego, go Diego,
Look at this little
go.
guy.
He compliments.
That's awesome.
He compliments Jorah pretty well.
Oh, my God.
So we don't have to go say hi
Jorah
to
the
Jorah.
Explorer.
Yeah.
Wow. Those are some incredible signs.
Hey, we have signs for days. And they never
That's our
stop.
motto.
They
That's
never
his
stop.
motto. I have ribs for days.
Well, listen, I know you guys do some community outreach with the schools and stuff and have sign making events. So what is
Yeah.
that to get like backpacks and think?
We just love giving back.
Right.
Sean had the idea this past summer to basically every show we went to, we kind of advertised that, hey, bring school supplies, bring backpacks. He had some friends that did the Brockton Family Fun Day.
Yep.
The turnout was incredible. What we brought was only a fraction of what ended up coming there. There was like a van that came at one point, and we had a line of people just heave-hoing backpacks back.
Yeah.
It took us like 3 or 4 hours to set everything up.
There was a line of people.
And the line went, it was in the huge football field at a local public school in Brockton. Man, that line must have gone on 200, 300, 400 people deep. It
was big.
It was,
Yeah.
it was big.
Wow.
And-
I work in an elementary school, so believe me, I appreciate that kind of things. You know, those,
Yes. And we appreciate you doing what you do with those, teaching the young.
I'm not teaching them, but I'm
Someone's
cleaning
gotta
the
stay
school.
clean,
But it's
man.
all right. I love every kid that goes to my school, though. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. Some more than others. And if
We all
any of
have
you
our
are
favorites.
watching, you might know
we
who
all
you
have
are.
our favorites. Yeah, just
Exactly.
like Wu-Tang, the South Coast Sign Crew is for the children.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, we always love turning kids on to what wrestling is, and
Right.
they see us doing our thing, and they're like, "Can we do that?" It's like, "Yeah,
Yeah. Hold the sign, do the sign.
go."
That is so cool, guys. All right, so listen, we're going to do the fan questions. And like an idiot, I forgot my notebook at home because I took it out of my bag, which I never should have did. But that's all right. I got them
all right.
all right here.
Cool.
Okay, Mr. Chad Epic, Mr. Greatness himself, who was a great guest a few episodes ago. Much appreciated on the support over the years. As a fan that has been to almost every show in the area, which is true for you guys.
Oh, God.
Sorry, sometimes they get in the way.
What advice would you give to promoters to keep fans going back? What have you seen work and what do you feel doesn't work?
For me personally, I don't like feeling crammed. I know that in the mentality of you fit a ring, you can have a show, and oversell tickets and you bring in more chairs, and then but it's just when you take away the quality, at least it comes with like ventilation and whatnot.
Right,
like,
right.
Sure, we're standing up and hooting and hollering. So a little breeze is nice, but like just personal preference, that's all. So just
Some
like
of those VFWs don't have the best AC.
No, they don't. You're right. And they get packed, especially in the Brockton area, because you
Yes.
got 3 companies that are packing them in. Top Rope,
Yep.
Live Pro Wrestle with Teddy Goods, and Ryan Drew's Pro Wrestling Super Show.
Yes.
that's what
All 3 of them are getting over 200 people to their shows.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
crazy.
feel like they have an issue drawing a crowd at all.
No.
Not
It's
at all.
And you see a lot of familiar faces, but I swear every time I go to a Brockton show, I see new faces.
Every time.
Plenty.
That's awesome.
So they're turning people on to new stuff, and
Excellent.
And little by little, they're starting to bring their own signs. So that's
yeah, it's
incredible.
great
That
seeing
is
put out
awesome.
Something that takes off. And you
Okay.
start seeing it the next time, like especially the Caesar salad. Like I didn't have the sign, and the chants started happening. I'm
Right.
like, is this real life?
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Tim Murray, not a question, just to thank you for coming to Cabot Wrestle last August.
That was a lot
We'll
of fun.
talk about that later for sure.
Sean, we were there, right?
That was a great show. I think it was one of the most unique experiences I've had at an indie show.
Right.
The fact that it was a mixture of what was it? Drag queens,
Drag, wrestling,
you had
yeah.
wrestling,
comedy.
you had comedy,
Whoa.
you had the 2 musicians fighting it out.
Something
was,
for everyone.
It
That-
was so unique, but then I look at it from the crowd aspect. The crowd was inviting.
Well, that's awesome.
You didn't show up to it thinking, "Oh God, who's going to be here? Am I going to step on toes?
Right.
Am I going to offend?" Nothing like that, and it was unique. It was awesome. I saw Tim mention that there's a couple upcoming.
I'm
shows,
gonna give
so-
that when you guys. I'm gonna definitely give the dates. His next 3 shows are actually this weekend on May 17th, and then June 20th, and then July 26th. I'm sure you can find that all out by going to Cabot Wrestle or hit Tim Murray up on Facebook.
Yeah, he's a drag.
Yeah, Timmy.
It's a play on words. Come on.
That's awesome.
It was a drag show. He popped. It was good.
I saw him do an entrance like with that style, and I was blown away because he did it so well that it could have been on. In my opinion, it could have been on television and got over.
One
huge.
funny thing with Tim is it's really hard to keep up to date with him because every time I see him, his intro is different and his music is different.
Right.
So in addition to that sign, I had one that popped pretty well. It said, "What's this guy's deal?" So one RWA show, you just see the camera pan, and I'm just like standing with the sign, like, "What's this guy's deal?"
Right.
So
That's pretty
kudos
cool.
to Tim. He's
All
a
right,
good
so
guy.
yeah.
Zach LaValle says, "What is your sign, Mount Rushmore?"
The Zote.
That was tricky for me. I had like a couple categories. One just like recent, like the biggest pops that signs got, and then the other category, I'm like, Rushmore is faces. So I'm like, why don't I just do some faces or something? So I mean, I have.
Can I
so-
be on the face one? Because you
bring it?
gave. No,
Did
I
you bring
didn't.
it?
I know I'm an idiot.
Well, that's on you, my
Gave
friend.
me. You're right. It
I
is.
try to be as prepared as I can.
But while he's looking for his signs, I think my Mount Rushmore would probably be either the dweeb or gross sign that could go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Because Greg printed out little individual dweeb or gross signs. And it gets the crowd like into the show. They become their own part of the show. And I get to hand them out and explain the rules.
Yeah,
of
Ryan loves
the-
handing out.
of the gross signs.
Yeah.
And if you don't know the rules, I'll explain. Look at this.
Yeah, I'll
Camera
take
to
one.
look at for this
That's how it
one.
works.
If you guys don't know the
You're
rules,
gross.
if you guys don't know the rules, it's very simple. If you don't like a wrestler because they're just terrible at wrestling, they're just terrible as a human being, if they're just gross because they smell or their hygiene's bad, they're a terrible parent and they're just terrible at life. Hold it up, tell them how it is.
Wait, I thought you were
Nice.
trying to put Aereo and BMT over.
You're welcome.
I thought he had those big meaty thighs.
That's awesome.
Best meat
Now that's
in
a
town.
gross.
Yeah, big meaty thighs.
That's his idea.
Now who's signed? Now who's that for?
BMT.
BMT. Oh, okay.
They're
Big
very
meaty
easy.
thighs.
They're very easy.
They do it to themselves. Look at this.
Oh my God.
Too green, I don't know, but
No, I think we're good. I think
it's
we're good.
easy.
Yeah, I think we're good on that one.
they're really good sports.
Wow.
They're very good sports.
So yeah, gross, dweeb,
Mediocre.
mediocre, mid. Any aerial BMT signed Mortar with his Looney Tunes because he's a cartoon.
Pig.
He's a pig.
Wow.
We call him Timon or in Pumbaa. Pumbaa, and we always chant Hakuna Matata to him, and he goes, "Stop it!"
For a minute, people were mispronouncing him, saying Mortar, so I did a Reptar. I
Nice.
that last time screen again.
And he is the chaotic heavyweight champion.
He's going places. I
Is he
love
now?
that kid.
Yes, he is.
But for me, like when I was saying the Mount Rushmore, like the big pop moments, I had a big one with Matt Tremont. He took the flux capacitor sign that I did. I made it light up because he did in a documentary where he got his big lump from. That's where it came from, and they called it the flux capacitor. So I made a big light up flux capacitor with the Back to the Future font, Matt Tremont. So that for me was big, and well, it's a little seen some better days, but he's known as the bulldozer.
Nah,
so
and he
I
signed
got
it
him to
for
sign
you.
that one at the end.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Honestly, he's one of my favorite. He's definitely my favorite hardcore wrestler.
He same here.
Super nice guy, down to
wicked.
earth, like.
It's funny you say hardcore wrestler. Like another one for me was at this past Heavy Lies the Crown with Nick effing Gage.
Oh, yeah.
But he came out and I kind of had this big old pizza cutter.
Nice.
For the profanity and whatnot.
Yeah.
But, he saw it and came over and more or less grabbed onto my chest and ripped whatever chest hair I had off my chest through my shirt. But
I'm
that
a
was
witness.
a pretty cool moment, I have to say.
Yeah, Nick's a cool guy too.
Nick's
I'm
the
sure he
man.
appreciated that
my
too.
God,
'Cause I mean,
absolutely.
when he went on 8, that's the whole thing. The
Yeah,
pizza,
exactly.
that pizza cutter. You know, didn't he
So,
do
and
Jericho's mouth?
I think I
mouth or
tried to.
forehead?
Oh, okay.
Was it the mouth? You might be right. It was the forehead.
He was going for the mouth, but then he went to the forehead, and that's where he got cut open. So.
Okay.
And that was at a Beyond event. So another one for me was when I see someone over and over and over again, and then I see them in person. For me, it's like the big time. I'm
Right.
seeing my idol or whatever. This guy's a heel. I don't know if you follow him, but Ray Jazz. He's
Oh,
from-
yeah,
from
yeah,
Jersey, and they
yeah.
hate him in Worcester at Beyond.
Yeah, they do.
But he used to come out and give a Jazz tip of the day. And then I sent him this image, Ray Jazz, just the tip. And he loved it. And he's like, "Can I use that?" And then the next week, they had that image up on the vignette. And
Really?
I'm like, "Oh man, that's
I
pretty."
didn't know
So
that.
I finally got that sign in that moment to him. He took it, popped. Drew Cordero wasn't very happy. 'Cause
No?
he's not exactly a face. So, but so that's 3. I don't know. Pretty much any AJ or AG rather sign that I mess with him. He's a good sport, but one of my OG people to rib.
Yeah, AG is awesome too, man.
Yes, he is.
And killing it.
Oh yeah,
Killing it.
Absolutely.
You know?
Where isn't he killing it? You know?
I mean, all the way over in Japan and every independent company he works for.
Remember the signs
Yeah.
I made for him?
Yup.
And when he came back from
Yeah.
Japan, I made a sign, and it was all in Japanese. And Sean popped that up. And people who don't read Japanese, I had an English version that said,
Yeah, I was gonna-
go back to Japan."
He was a heel at the time.
Yeah.
He's always a heel in our book, but
Yes.
in our hearts, we love AG.
Oh, no doubt. All right. All right. So John Master says, say money was no object and the sign crew launched their own promotion. Who from the indies would you all have as your heavyweight champ, your women's champ, and your tag team champs?
All right, so I actually put a lot of thought into this.
All right.
Go first.
So, world champ, we talked about him a few times. He's Pumbaa to us, but he got a massive shout out by Mike Santana a couple months ago at Fight Life. I'm throwing Mortar as my world champ.
Nice.
He is talented beyond belief. He
Sure
can work
is.
heel. He can work face. He knows how to work a crowd one way or the other. And regardless, as soon as his music hits, you know it's going to be intense.
He has a new song now.
Point A to point B. He does have his own song streaming
Yeah,
everywhere.
it's
Oh, really?
streaming on Spotify.
It's wild.
He
We'll
does.
send you the link.
Oh, yeah.
Please do.
Yeah.
That's his own little
We'll be
dancey
playing it
dance. It's crazy.
On the way to work. Mortar.
That's
So,
awesome.
That's my world champ.
And I have to add, it was really cool seeing him as the chaotic champ with a side-by-side picture with him and Malonis when he was a younger champ, and
Right.
seeing him as a little kid with it.
Right.
Love moments like that.
Yeah.
Me too.
So
too.
my women's champ, she's been killing it all along the East Coast, up and down, left and right. Sammy Chaos.
Okay, yeah.
So we've seen her at a couple of Fight Life shows. We've seen her at a couple of Focus Pro shows, and every single time she brings an intensity. There we go.
She's a
Nice.
badass.
She 100%
She's a
badass.
force to be reckoned with.
Right.
She
but-
is definitely going to go far if she keeps up the way she's going. She just had a phenomenal match with Danny Miles a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
With who?
With Danny Miles,
Who's that kid?
the Dream Crusher. I don't know.
Hezbollah?
He keeps trying to talk smack to us, but I keep telling him you got to be this tall to talk smack to me.
He
fits right in.
Show. Wait, where? Oh,
He fits right in.
and the only thing I'm kicking myself for is I did not put a beanie on him with like a little
Yeah.
propeller thing. But next shows anything's possible.
So there's this women's champ and tag team. That one was the tough one because there's so many great.
There are a
singles
lot of
guys.
great tag teams.
I would say MG. Yeah.
Collectively,
Flash.
we
and,
love ourselves.
Kylon King.
Miracle Jen.
Oh yes,
I love
yes,
them, but
absolutely.
I
They're
would've-
so good.
I would have gone with the unit.
That wasn't too bad either. That's
You and the unit.
Now, what part of the unit though? Is it Danny Miles and JT? Is it JT and Trigger the OG?
I would say Trigger and Danny.
I'm not a fan of the unit.
What we gotta say?
Trigger and Danny. That's
Nice.
That's who I would pick. So,
Nice.
See, I'd go opposite from that. I'd go JT and Trig.
I was gonna say JT could be my heavyweight champ.
But you could throw
there you
JT
go.
anywhere. And,
Big Daddy Dunn.
Yeah.
But I don't want to take the pledge. No. You take the pledge.
No.
See, I'm just giving these reference from last time. I felt
the-
bad I didn't
right,
have them.
The
Big old pledge. We take the pledge.
jeez.
You know
awesome.
that's big, Sean. Come on.
Take your own pledge, man.
You know how big it is.
It can't fit.
So depending on the promotion and what mood we're in and who they're facing, it could go, face or heel. We love to
Nice.
boo and we love to cheer.
Greg's prepared.
Clearly.
Yeah.
I said to them right before we came here, I'm like, don't know if I'm proud of this or not, but we're looking at 80 plus signs that I just put in my car.
Wow.
Just to be prepared from relevancies,
awesome.
people that ask
there more at
questions.
home?
There's always more at home. That's the tip of the iceberg. That is literally.
You heard it here, folks. Greg is hoarding signs.
I said it last time. I said I have a lovely little,
Yeah.
sign room that
Yep.
is becoming smaller and smaller
Hoarders
every
are gonna
day.
come
But
through your front door.
no, we're gonna be gutting that out. So what I've actually been doing is every show, like say I have a dead sign. I was telling Ryan, sign that's not relevant anymore.
Right.
I'll offer it to them. Say, do you want this? Because I don't want to throw it out.
Right.
But I'm making space
course.
regardless. So yeah, I've been kind of doing that on and off. I just gave Pollywood that sign that he referenced.
Paul, he's such a good dude, man.
He's a good guy.
He's the only one. I talk a lot, guys, right? The only one I've ever had on the show that I was able to go home to my girlfriend and say, I met a guy that talks more than me. And she said, that's impossible.
He's got a
I'm like,
mouth.
no, I swear to God.
He's got a mouth that
I said, I
Pollywood.
swear to God, this
That's for
kid
damn
talks
sure.
more than me.
For damn sure.
Crazy.
Good guy, though. All right. So Richard Knight, also known as Reggie to me, tell us a bit about your respective backgrounds in graphic designs. I have a feeling that it's a one-man show in the graphic designs department.
100% a one-guy
okay,
show.
So I produce the signs. Yes, it's in my sign cave. I'm spraying spray glue and whatnot.
Have a
But
name for it?
the sign cave? Yeah.
Of course.
But first I have to go back with Richard. I believe I saw him take a beautiful frog splash by Derek Simon.
Yes.
At the Proving Ground, but he wanted to know if I have graphic arts. Not a damn lick of it.
Seriously?
I'm a very just figure it out kind of with my hands. So I have just simple apps. You could just look up a photo editor app. You layer things. You cut out backgrounds of things to make the REL BMT. You just take that head and put it on King Kong or put it on Godzilla. Oh, Jabba the Hutt. Yeah, I did that. But, so it's very simple. It really. I
Right.
try to stress how simple it is.
Right.
And then I've said it before where I take that image. I try to make it as high quality as possible so I can blow it up.
Right.
And depending on how big I want it, I just put it on 11 by 17 photos and match them up. Sometimes the pixelization on pictures that aren't as high quality helps me match them up. Like
Nice.
there's that square, and it helps. So, but that's usually how it works. I try to
Awesome.
simplify it.
Very cool. All right. Tyler DeZuda. You guys know this guy.
Tyler is a member of the sign crew.
Oh, he is.
If
Okay.
there was another chair, he'd be
Yeah.
here.
And unfortunately, Tyler, I'm sorry, I can only have 3 on it at once. So,
quite all right. We're
so
very
maybe
blessed.
next time, Tyler.
It's okay. He's a little busy, watching the Ninja Turtles.
Oh, he likes the Ninja
He looks
Turtles.
like Master Splinter.
Okay.
See, this is what we do. We rib at shows. But that's what we love about it is, it brings us together.
Nice. My son loved the Ninja Turtles too, growing up, and he's 36 years old, and I think he still loves them. I love you, Mike. All right. All right, so Tyler wants to know favorite indie show you guys have gone to, and which is a loaded question because I know you don't want to put one over another. Do you know what I mean?
I have two.
Okay,
Right
great.
off the bat.
Okay.
So the first
You
one,
did say it too here. I have my answer.
So my answer would be like a tie between two shows, and it's Fight Life Hot AF. This past summer, they kind of did like a 2-show thing, and
3 show.
it was a 3-show.
It was 3 shows. Yeah.
And the whole thing was just planned out so well.
Inside, outside.
Inside, outside. It was unbelievable. We had so much fun there, but Greg and I have a tradition. Us two, and his lovely girlfriend Kathy usually go to Beyond Wrestle Open for their show. And
Realize the crown.
You
is
go
it- is it
Thursday
heavy?
nights?
Yeah.
No, it was a Heavy Lies of
We've,
Crown.
we've tried to get to out to Worcester to Wrestling Open every Thursday, but it's a hike. So we
Yeah, it
usually
is.
save for big events like Heavy Lies the Crown every
Right.
New Year's Eve. It's my anniversary, so we like to go big. So we usually are there, and we we have some fun moments.
I play third wheel between
please.
him and Kathy.
Yeah.
But that's so much fun. We got to
But
meet.
you do it lovingly, right?
Oh,
I mean, you
yes,
know,
of course. And it was where I met Cruel. He is terrifying,
Yeah, he is.
but
He really is.
and it's so funny seeing him sell stuff at his table because he's selling like barbecue seasonings and stuff.
Spices, Cruel
spices,
Good stuff. Wow.
And I'm like, I don't expect this from a dude wearing a mask.
Right.
And
A scary looking dude in a mask.
He,
too.
and he's
not that
the
scary to me.
No,
baddest.
I think he looks scary.
I think he's
looking.
funny looking.
Hey,
So I bought some
he's
spice
into
from him.
bondage.
I bu-
Cruel, I didn't just say that. I didn't just
no
say
kink
that,
shaming,
Cruel.
Leo. No kink shaming. We all met him right before the show.
Right.
Sold me some of his spice. It's delicious. And I said to him, I'm like, I have a sign, and if you want to rip it, go ahead. He didn't. He was a little busy, doing his job. but,
Right.
It was a lot of fun. The year prior, we had brought a gingerbread house, and he was going to smash it onto Alec Price. He did a few pieces, but not the whole thing. It dropped.
Right.
It shattered. But that's what we do. We just bring crazy stuff to shows. And
It's
Have a
incredible
lot
what
of
we
fun.
do. And Cruel, if you're watching, are we on your good side now? We good? We
I
cool?
hope so. I hope so.
Your spices? Mwah.
I had a sign on deck if that one got ripped that said, "Why so cruel?" That's how I roll. Just be prepared.
So the next question actually comes from Ryan. Who is the biggest dweeb in New England indie wrestling?
DJ Powers. Or there's this new cat coming up through, and he started a little bit of beef with me, but we're all right. Jeremy Lacroix,
Oh, yeah, he's new guy, new kid.
new kid.
Popping. Oh my God! They said my name.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I've heard a lot of good things
No,
about this kid.
I have as well. I've seen a lot of his footage, and what I will say is, A, you're next. B, good job on your promos. I'm impressed. C, good job in the ring.
D, you're a dweeb.
I was gonna say E. Wrestling is so easy, even a caveman can do it.
Very nice.
We'll see you at the next show.
All right. So, Ryan Bear is also a wrestler.
Yeah, you didn't
Please
know that.
ask if they still have the Wendy's Frosty sign from Cabba Wrestle
You mean this
and how much they want for it. Yeah.
I've said it
Frosty.
before, I'll say it again. All I want is a picture, and you can rip it, you can take it, you can do whatever you want.
He's a good dude, too.
I even put the freckles on there. I'm proud of it. It's the little things.
Yeah.
It's the little details, and they call him Frosty.
He's very talented,
So,
too.
I got this.
Big dude.
Whenever I see him again, it's yours, my friend.
Just say I haven't met him yet, but he seems ice cold.
Yeah,
Remember
no,
Matt
he
Russell?
would. There's not many people that make
Nobody
it.
I got it. I got it.
Tall guy.
Like between him and Cruel, I'm a big dude. I don't tend
Right.
to have to go like this to look at somebody.
Yeah.
But Frost and Cruel, man,
Yeah.
I felt small.
Right?
Like it was
I hear ya.
weird. Nice
Excellent.
guy.
Excellent. All right. Brian Black E. Black, good friend of the show, good friend of mine. If you guys were going to make a sign for Leo and or the show, any ideas on what it may look like?
Did he not see the last show?
I guess he
Apparently
didn't.
not. Well, make sure
I
it's
guess
not
he
green.
didn't.
Yeah, Leo's face was not green, but I had a big head of Leo, and I told him not to let it go to his head. So
Yep.
we have done that. We do that, but we try to encompass everybody and bring everybody together. So this shirt is a little special.
welcome.
Welcome to the.
Oh my God, guys, thank you.
Hell yeah, sir.
Wow, I'm part of the crew.
Did anybody slip into your DMs and ask for your shirt size?
Yeah.
Now you know why.
Yes.
Now you know why.
Wow.
Dub the Leo Connors, a member of the South Coast Sign Crew. Welcome.
Thank you, guys. I love it. Thank you very much, man.
Support us doing
Yes.
this. This is a dream come true.
Right.
Not once for me, but
Well,
twice.
when we go to Wrestle Reunion, I'm just gonna have to hang with you guys
I hope to see you there.
because I'm definitely going to. I love those guys.
But you do more for
Thank you.
everyone that we
I
all love, that we've
appreciate
been
it.
talking about. Needless to say. And I just have to give you a kudos for
Thank you.
being here and being this and being something to strive for as a fan, talent, whatever you want to be.
Right.
To be here, I'm so grateful to be here.
Thank you, guys. I'm glad to have you guys. Believe me, I really am. Thank you. All right. Ryan, you said to GK Durant, too many options. Who's the grossest in wrestling?
We've kind of already talked about that. But first, let's give GK some
He's
props.
got a big old beard.
It's glorious. It is glorious. I asked for his beard.
You
to
got a
retain.
big beard.
We
You
say-
guys all got big beards.
We do. We chant fear the beard. You know who doesn't have a beard? Riley O'Neal. Grow that back. Grow it back.
Spare.
We gave you your 5 seconds now, and that's enough.
Gross.
Spare parts.
Grossest, I would have to say.
DJ Powers?
See, the things come and go in waves.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like we said, we're really itching to meet Jeremy Lacroix. We're itching. He's gonna. Summer's around the corner.
Right.
I'm sure we'll be
Yeah.
seeing him a
Yeah.
lot.
He's gonna love to see you guys too.
Uh,
He is.
We met him. I met him once.
Did you really?
Yeah. It was at a Fight Life show, and it was like unexpected.
Right.
He was in an unannounced match.
He was, unannounced, showed up, and he came up to us at the end of the show like, oh, "Where's my sign?" And I'm
Like big mistake.
So we don't know you yet.
Rule
Now,
number one.
yeah.
Rule number 1: never ask for your sign.
Right, Cash?
Oh,
Change your
Davey.
diaper. Change your diaper. That's all I can say.
Crazy.
I love Davey too.
Davey's a good
Davey's
guy.
the man.
Davey's a great man.
But who?
We're gonna talk about him later.
But who could be the grossest? We just named off some guys, but it has to be Paris Van Dale.
Wow,
See,
a female. Can I tell you one thing? At my school, the girls are grosser than the boys in the bathrooms. I will say that. And I work in an elementary school.
That's a fact, Jack.
It is a fact.
It's just a fact of life.
So it was funny. One time, so it was a Fight Life show, and Frankie Sabakis, he messaged me, goes, "Hey, do you have any extra Sign Crew shirts?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm giving one to someone, so if you can use it if you want, as long as it doesn't get messed up." And he's like, "Okay." I give it to him at the show, and next thing we know, who comes through the curtain? Paris Van Dale with it tucked in her ring gear, and we're like, "No!" Because we normally just boo
Right,
the hell out of her
right.
and stuff like that, but. I mean, it comes and goes,
Right,
depending
right.
who they're against, and you know how it goes. But
Yeah.
But Paris, if you're watching, this goes for any wrestler that have ribbed this show. If I haven't talked to you after a show, and just know I'm joking.
We're all joking.
It's not
Ori
serious.
don't like you. No, I'm just kidding.
no,
I'm
no,
only kidding.
no.
Right.
If we're talking about you, we love you and we
Right.
appreciate you. If we're not talking about you, it's for a reason.
Jeremy.
But back to
Poor kid.
Paris Van Dale. I mean, simple,
Yeah.
to the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of our bread and butter signs, if you will.
She's gross. No, I'm just kidding. I'm only kidding, Paris.
Embrace it. You're-
Please
you're
don't
part of the
kick-
crew now.
Yeah.
Embrace it.
All right. Yeah, you're
That's what's
gross.
gonna gross,
You're
ready?
gross,
Gross.
Paris.
Gross.
Gross. Gross. Gross.
See how fun it is?
Yeah, that's a lot of fun to chant that.
what it's all about.
Victor Picanzo, will you ever have a specific wrestler representing the South Coast Sign Crew? You do.
Yeah.
On and off, but our good boy, Frank Bones.
Oh, Frank. I love Frank.
We all love Frank Bones.
Oh, I love
My
Frank.
dad is a very big fan of Frank Bones, but Frank came to my birthday party.
Did he really?
He did.
He's a
We
good
did.
dude, man.
We did. Moo?
He's a good
Inside
dude,
joke,
man.
Inside joke. But that's what we were thinking is who's represented it. But
Right.
he asked for a shirt, so I was like touched, number
Yep.
one. And then we met him at a show, gave him the shirt, thought nothing of it. He comes out with it on.
Nice.
And I'm like,
Those are-
fangirling.
He's a
That was
good dude.
Albania, right? One of the
It
Proving
was-
Ground shows.
He's done
The
it
Weymouth show.
multiple times. But
Was
the
it the
first one
Weymouth
was
show?
because that's where
Oh,
I,
that's right,
where I
that's right,
gave
that's
it to
right.
him.
Okay.
So he came out. There was a Weymouth show, and we all.
And he's also rapping.
Hold on, wait.
Yes.
He's rapping. He's
rapping?
not. Yeah, he's
Yes.
a rapper.
Very interesting. I've received a couple invites from Pollywood to
Yeah,
rap with
yeah. Him and
to
Grayson
go,
Flax.
Go see him. I was going to say Flax, man.
Yep, I love Flax.
Freaking
I live
Flax.
under a
We
rock.
love
He's
Freaking
awesome,
Flax.
man. Great kid. He's my
Great crowd
favorite
worker.
goat. in
Yes.
wrestling.
I do
I
have
didn't
a
say
freaking
the
flex.
GOAT, but my favorite GOAT in wrestling.
Like
Literally.
the animal?
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he's a GOAT.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a GOAT. He's awesome. Great. He's a good kid, good wrestler.
Yeah, he got us laid.
I was gonna say, if
He
you're
what?
lucky, you'll get
He, come-
laid.
he comes out and throws Hawaiian
Throw-
legs.
Oh, I said, oh, all right. I was like,
Yeah, Calvin's gonna be
wow.
happy hearing that one.
What? She
Like,
was there.
wow.
I was like, where was I? Wasn't I?
Right?
invited?
Why weren't
Oh
you
my
there,
God.
Ryan?
See,
I'm soon to be married, so I can't say anything.
But I'm
All
lucky
right.
enough where I have a anonymous benefactor who's giving us these gross signs that I don't have to pay for.
Nice.
But Freaking Flax comes out and he throws these Hawaiian lays, and I'm like, what is it, Oriental Trading Company? Like, how much are you spending on lays? It's like,
Flax, next time I see you, I want to lay. All right? I want to lay.
He wants to get laid.
let's get Leo laid.
Yeah, that too. All right, I'm 60 years old. It might be the last time I
still
ever
got
get
it.
it. No, just.
You still got it.
Hey, all right. All right, so listen, guys. Cindy Hott said, ask them if they want to come to Outcast Wrestling Revolution in
Send us a link.
Connecticut.
Send us a link.
I've been following it too. I saw
She's
her,
awesome.
her and Lou on
Yeah,
one of the
they were
shows.
they were really fun to talk to.
It's always great to see people with passion,
Yeah.
for the industry and whatnot. My only problem is just distance.
Right,
That's
right.
plain and simple. I said it in the past few years that I wanted to see new stuff, and we've
Right.
gotten a chance to see a lot of great new promotions, like helped bring new promotions up, and
Right.
saw their virgin shows and have been fans from the get-go. And so, frankly, it's just timing and getting us all together. And I mean,
So where are you guys all from? You all from the same area
all
too?
from South Shore, Massachusetts.
From
Yeah.
Brockton?
Yeah.
or-
South Coast?
So I'm originally from Whitman.
Okay.
But I currently live in Braintree right now.
Okay.
So
I'm in Taunton, but I'm from Plymouth.
Okay.
Born and raised Weymouth, still living in Weymouth.
Nice. Awesome, guys. All right, great.
Shameless plug time.
Uh-oh,
Is it
here we
time to
go.
bring up that dweeb? His brother is a lot better than he is. I
Okay.
love his twin
Now
brother
I'm interested
more.
in seeing who this is.
But this dweeb, this absolute dweeb known
Oh!
as HD3.
Oh, it's a Davis the third.
He's so vain. I had this thing. It used to say how it's Z-O-N or Z-I-N or something like that. I got it from your Facebook profile. So who spelled it wrong originally? I'm just going by what you had.
Hold
but
on, you
I
can't
changed it.
blame him though. He has a Weymouth
changed
education.
it
We're
for
not
him.
that smart, and he didn't know how to spell his own name.
I always say I went to Lowhigh and I didn't learn nothing.
he worked at a pizza place. Settle down.
But he's
California pizza, right?
yes, sir.
he's always messaging me. We're good friends, and
He's a good
We've
dude.
had ups and downs, but
Very nice
he's
guy.
always
Love the man.
telling me, you know what you should do? You should do this for this person. You should do this, and I'll just say it. Normally, I don't tell people this, but there was a match. I didn't go to it, but at Teddy's show, I believe Livea went against DJ Powers. Who'd have thunk?
Yeah, right.
They both rock a pretty good spray tan, so HD3 crept in my DMs and said, you should totally do an Oompa Loompa versus Oompa Loompa match. And I said, if I was going, would have happened.
Right.
Sometimes I get a little
Yeah.
little turbo shot, if you will. from-
That's cool.
from
He's a
someone,
good
so-
dude. And he was Alex Price's manager. He was here with Alex Price
Yes.
on an
It's nice to see
episode.
people
So,
just,
Best
yeah.
friends.
I like Howardson a lot. He's
just
a
client.
good dude.
I think they're still clients.
Yeah, I think they are. You're right. All right. So, Han Wonder, trainee number one. When was the last time you went to a show and didn't bring a sign? See you at RW Wrestling Reunion, Reunion Wrestling 8.
I hope to go there.
Stars and Strikes.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
I saw you
Yep.
there. I couldn't
Yep.
believe it
Yep.
because you're usually up here and to
Exactly.
see my neck of the woods. It was like 20 minutes, 30 minutes away from me, but for you it was a
Nice.
hike. But
Yeah.
I was going to see a familiar face. But it was interesting,
Yeah.
to say the least.
It was a fun show.
It was really nice. Han Wonder made us feel very, both of them, Monster Mac made us feel very welcome. I went with my dad, saw a few familiar faces. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I think we'll be back. We should be back.
They're going to be on again just before they have this show, like
cool.
maybe 3 or 4 weeks before the show. They're awesome
Yeah,
guys.
they had live commentary, but they had it on microphone so everybody could hear it. They
yeah.
weren't just at the table recording it.
Yeah.
It was like it was very entertaining.
It was funny.
So that's what I like.
They are funny guys. They really are. I went home and I kept telling my girlfriend these clowns, but I meant to say mask guys, but I kept saying these clowns. They were so funny.
They're-
blah blah blah.
they're clowny.
They
But
are awesome guys though.
First time I saw them, I think, was at an RWA show, but it was kind of significant for me because in my development of signs where they've gone from small little cardboard things to bigger, I remember I did something that I wanted to see the Young Guns. They were the Young Guns at the time, Jamie Tucker and AJP. So they were always, doing their
were a
Young
good team.
Guns thing. And I said, should I make this? Is this going to be weird? Are they going to think it's too big? I was in my head. And I'm like, this is literally the start. Because they'd always go like, Young Guns.
Yep.
And so we did the Young Guns.
Nice.
And then, ironically, I'll add this. Sometimes this finger, I cut it so it could bend backwards because one of the Young Guns lost their finger in an industrial accident. So
What?
it's funny.
I never even noticed that.
No.
Is that Jamie or is that
That was, forgive me, Harry Brooks.
Harry Brooks? Okay. Nice.
But yeah, he always gives me a high 4.5 whenever I see him.
All right. Wrestling fan Jerry Lane.
Oh, love Jerry.
I do too. Jerry's a great guy.
He's been on the show.
Oh, yeah, plenty of time. 3 times, I
Yeah.
think. For each of you, who was the first wrestler you made a sign for, and were they the ones who inspired you to create the art?
Well, some of these people have these guys inspired me to make stuff too.
Right.
I do make most, if not all, the signs, but at the same time, they'll text me an idea or something. But for my first one that I brought to an indie show, it was a Tommy Dreamer sign. Since then, we've gotten to meet him. He was actually at Teddy's last show.
Nice.
And Teddy gave me a sign making table right next to him. So we just shot the shit, and I'm like,
no
you're at my first
kidding.
indie show. It was pretty cool. So I made a head of Tommy Dreamer recently. But my first one, it was just like a little cardboard sign with 2 kendo sticks crisscrossed, and it said Tommy Dreamer and FN. So Tommy Effin Dreamer,
Yeah.
whatever. But
That's pretty cool.
That was the first one that started them all, and then I just started, finding people I loved to hate, and you know how it goes.
Then you come on to a show like this and you bring 80 signs.
Yeah.
80-something signs.
Well,
yeah.
Tommy is a great guy. I've actually catered for 3 House Hardcore shows for him.
Really?
And he literally called me one day, right? He hit me up on a text and said, hey, you want to cater for TNA? It's at this hotel. And I hit up George Kyle. I don't know if you know George Kyle. He works for NXT.
Yeah.
But I hit up George and said, hey, I'm not asking you to, but is this his number? Because I get people mess with you in wrestling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've had
Yeah.
people hit me up saying they wanted catering jobs, and they kept telling me, I'm deaf. So they can't talk on the phone. You know what I mean?
The more people I meet, the more on guard I am.
Right.
Because it sucks being a friendly person. What
Yeah.
can I say? I'm sure
Yeah.
you can understand.
Absolutely.
All you're trying to do is be a good person.
Yep.
I tell people to meet as many people as you can. Befriend as many people as you can. That way you usually have someone on your side
Yep.
who can vouch for you. It's unfortunately, a wise man once said to me, not all wrestling's fun.
Right.
So it is what it is, but we surround ourselves with good people and
Yep.
have a lot of fun and try to just amplify whatever we're doing.
Nice. Tommy is just a great guy, too. He really is. All right.
Hell of a career.
Oh, no doubt. All right, so why don't we talk a little about some of the promoters and some of the companies that you guys have made signs
Absolutely.
for,
Yeah.
We'll start off with RWA and T Phoenix.
My boy T.
Great guy.
These guys were at my birthday show. They, unbeknownst to me, planned. Everybody had signs that said "Happy Birthday, Greg." And why y'all laughing? But it was a fun time.
T's the man too. Like
If you have an idea, he can make it happen. He's
Yeah.
he's a good guy.
so smart, knows how to run a company very
Yeah.
well. His kids are in the business, and shout out AJP.
Grew up in the business, that kid.
AJP is probably one of my favorite indie wrestlers right
He's
now.
I
awesome.
think he's a little entitled.
Ah,
Entitled one. But what AJ's been doing, what T has been doing in RWA, I've only been into a handful of those shows.
The Phoenix Legacy.
Yeah, and not even the shows, just the fact that he rents out his rings and he is.
Renegade
yeah,
ring
yeah,
rentals.
yeah,
Are you
yeah.
kidding me? I love seeing ring rental number number and just
Yeah.
every week it's multiple, and I'm just like, you can't help but be happy for your friends
Right.
succeeding.
Isn't Frank Bones doing rentals
He does
too,
that
right?
too.
He's doing
yeah.
that too.
I believe
Yeah.
Bonafide ring rentals.
Yeah.
It's nice that we know people with rings.
Smart,
Maybe
smart.
someday we should throw a show. What do you think?
I love the idea.
You'd have no problem getting a ring.
I have no idea, but we could have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think you'd have a lot of fun. All you need is one guy from the business to throw your
Absolutely.
ideas off. You don't need 5 guys, you need one guy.
I have ideas. We all have ideas.
Yeah,
That's what's
exactly.
Cool. We're
Yeah.
creative
Yeah.
people, and we're always be like, hey, what should we do for this person, or the next time, this, that. It's
Right.
always good. I'm always like, hey, I'm going to do this for RAL and BMT. So be on the lookout for your next compliment.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
All right, so next up is our Focus Pro and Brian Bayside.
Brian Bayside, he's a
Brian
good
Bayside.
dude.
Brian,
Nice dude, hates Legos though. I don't think I've seen a match with him yet where he hasn't unfortunately found his way into the Lego pile.
I think they're still embedded in his back. But Brian Bayside, aside from T Phoenix, he's really definitely just. I can't explain it. It's like he's more than a friend, less than
Yeah.
a family member, but he messaged me just on Instagram to when you guys coming to one of our shows, and I'm like,
Nice.
hey, thank you for making me feel like people are noticing what we're doing.
Right. Yeah.
And B, I'm like, we'll be at the next show. And we all went to an Everett show, and we fell in love with them. We
Nice.
love the format. It's great seeing them on like live on IWTV, so
Yep.
we can the next day you can cheese and review what our shenanigans were. I gotta say, the announcers, Drew Pilarski.
Oh,
You see
Drew-
that one down there,
Drew
Ryan?
Kazoo.
Ryan. Drew Kazoo. You see that one right there? Turn around. Right there, the farthest one. I'm gonna make you reach, baby. Just kidding.
Furthest one.
my
I got it. He's
Drew. Drew's the man.
It's just like,
I got you. Don't
Sorry,
worry.
Greg.
It's okay. I know he didn't stretch. He didn't stretch today. But I gotta say, for a commentary team,
Yeah.
Drew Kazoo has name dropped us, and
Has he?
Me specifically,
Yeah.
And with Bo Douglas.
Yeah.
next
Oh, I
to
love
him.
Bo's one of my favorite people I've ever met in wrestling.
So besides this one, I've ribbed Bo a few times. Bo is a hoe for show. Bo has a heavy flow. And then, so he always says, Bo knows. And I'm like, yeah, Bo's knows.
I've known Bo for almost 25 years, man.
Great guy,
Seriously,
great guy.
yeah.
And to see, who he's trained and
Yeah.
the legacy he's kind of
Yeah.
had, it's great to go up and want to befriend him, and he already knows who I am.
Right.
I'm like, what?
It's very
Are you
cool.
kidding me? So him and Drew are always on another great sign from the South Coast Sign Crew, and then Bo's like, I don't think they're that great. I'm like, this is great, and I'm
Yeah.
not hearing that until the next day when
Right.
we watch the playback.
yeah,
Right.
It's so.
That's
funny.
what I love. It's just moments like that. Like, it's so much more. I get to like experience the event live.
Yeah.
On the way home, talking about it,
Yep.
and then the next day or whenever you catch up
Get
with
to
it,
watch
take
it.
some screen
Yep.
caps and then post it, and then everyone's laughing. It's just so much fun. We're just trying to bring people together. That's all.
That's all. That's awesome. All right. So next up is Fight Life and Frankie.
Sabakis.
Thank you, Sabakis. I'm sorry. I
Another-
would have butchered his name.
Yeah,
So
another. Feel free to talk about another one. We kind of helped start. Well, we didn't help anything.
no,
We
no.
didn't help-
I know what you mean. I know what you
were
mean.
there.
Yes,
Yeah. That's
you
all
were
it
there
was.
at the start, like
certain things-
going to
Day
his shows, right? Exactly.
Day one.
I know you,
in
man.
East Greenwich, and he was nice enough. I knew it was a new promotion, so I jumped on it with my bakery. I'm like, could we be sponsors? And yeah, he gave us some sponsorship spots, and I
Yes.
brought some pastries. Went inside, went out, gone.
Wow.
Thanks, Isaac.
Because the pastries, dude.
I
People
know.
gotta eat
So
'em.
you put some pastries out, and I put some business cards out, and that was it.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to a wrestling show. But
That's
then
awesome.
But then I have try to bring people into the bakery too.
Right.
But with Frankie, it was really cool. I think I referenced it last time. Like with Davey N, we had some Davey N dollars left over.
Nice.
So here, you
Oh,
can take some. She's coming back. Didn't she just get announced?
Didn't
I
yeah,
love-
for
I love
Limitless.
it.
But we're
I
gonna
love
make it rain for Davey N. Welcome back.
Oh,
Welcome back, Davey.
Davey.
I hope you sold them at your merch table, like you said you would.
One of the best women wrestlers, and not even just in New England.
Very talented.
Very talented.
Super
Gal.
talented.
Remember when people were starting to show up on AEW? She was, I think,
Yeah.
in my eyes, one of the first
Yeah.
ones that I kind of
Yeah.
sort of knew.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
it's really great.
And you just mentioned her husband.
Gal.
Gal. Kaizen, like,
Dude.
is there anybody in bed? I mean, there's a lot of guys that are in good shape, but are there anyone
Better
better,
shape than
than Gal?
He
I
call-
don't think so.
He calls himself the real life action figure. Dude's built like a GI Joe.
Dude, no doubt.
He's
Sometimes we do call him a spray tan ginger, but
Yeah.
it's because he's spray tanned and he has orange hair. What can I say? But with him, I love what they're doing with him on Evolve. I haven't seen him too much. He might have been involved with it more.
Right.
But what
Yeah.
I have seen with him, he's sitting in this VIP section just with
Yep.
his velvet rope, and then the camera will just come by and he just starts flexing. He's like, bah, bah, and then the camera just goes right by him. So it's like they're just using him for that.
Right, right.
I love it. I love what he does. He's a great
Yeah.
little guy.
Well, talking about Evolve, Ricky Smokes and Brad Baylor
Oh.
showing up on NXT a couple of
Absolutely.
times.
yeah. They were just in,
They were
a
just in the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
So
And Ricky lasted longer than Brad. I'm just saying, don't get mad at me,
I mean,
Brad, but
What
he
does that-
did.
what does
He
that
did
say?
make it
What does that
longer.
say? What does that say, though? I think out of the two of them, I think Ricky is gonna make.
Well,
it.
Ricky's got a couple of years on him, anyways.
Yeah.
Like not only in age, but in training.
Right, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful
No, of course
way,
not. Of course you don't.
But like the talent that kid has, both as a face and
Yeah.
a heel.
Yeah.
I've seen him as good guy Ricky or Ricky's in the Smoke Show.
Yeah.
and he's a degenerate little boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm trying to hold
He's a
myself-
dirtbag when he's like that. He is a
Look what
dirtbag
Look
sometimes.
what he did to this sign. Why would he do this to a sign?
Wow.
So this he held this up at Fight Life because he was good guy Ricky.
Yeah.
and
Everyone's
then
best friend.
and then we were at a, or I was at
You were
a
at
Focus
Focus
Pro, and I popped this out, and he didn't like it. Why didn't he like it?
I don't know.
I thought it was pretty nice.
I think it's pretty
I can
nice.
still read it,
Yeah.
but it still lived to tell the tale. But
It's a little
yeah,
beat up.
It is, but
and used.
he had a nice little temper tantrum on IWTV.
Did he?
Yeah. Put his elbow through it, as you can see. But it's only cardboard, it's only foam, it's only poster board.
Right.
It can all be remade.
So how much did you guys really pop when you saw him on NXT though? Like,
Oh my God.
I was like, they were in the audience at first, and I'm like,
As soon as the Evolve program started,
What?
just because nobody really knew what it was.
exactly.
And so we're all, you know how wrestling fans are. I think it's this, I think it's that.
Right.
It's going to be this, they're going to push that, they're going to do.
Right.
And they were the
we
main
had no
event that
idea.
night.
Yeah.
Were they
So
not the main
since
event
then-
of the first Evolve?
Yes.
And I'm not 100% like that.
I'm pretty sure they
What
were.
does that tell you?
That, oh yeah. Well, that's why they were on NXT, because they had high hopes with these guys.
I
feel like-
said it as soon as he got ID'd, and I'm making the stance here again. Ricky Smokes, within 2-3 years' time, will be either North American champion, NXT champion, or main roster bound.
Nice.
I give him 2 or 3 years, and that kid is going to go far.
I agree with you. I really
we
do.
love.
and Brad
seeing
Baylor,
people-
Yeah.
he'll be right
Lies.
behind him.
Exactly.
But to the boys in Swipe Right, I tip my cap to you. You've earned my respect, and you've earned our respect
Right.
clearly. So if you guys do end up watching this, thank you for representing New England in the best way possible.
Yeah, I love Brad Baylor's work on Home Improvement.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. All right. So how about we'll go with Proving Ground and Mr. Todd Graham.
Todd
You
Graham.
guys already know I love Todd. He's been on the show
Todd's
more than
cool.
anyone.
Todd has helped me just with information, with guidance, with just understanding wrestling more. He's a giver. He loves wrestling for what it is. He's a very nice person and
Yep.
very knowledgeable. I consider him a very valuable asset to the wrestling world. He's been told, he knows, every time you say, what'd you think of the show? What'd you think of the show? And I always say it's very high quality. It's very well produced.
It is.
And I always know he wants more. And I can't say it enough where you don't see that all the time.
Right.
And people have asked me like what Chad asked, what do you like, what you don't like? It's like sometimes there's no crowd, and then we're working overtime.
Right.
So
Right.
we like to see a turnout too.
Yep.
Like we like I've never been part of a street team or anything. I've never been putting poster boards up on telephone poles or anything, or maybe I have, but I don't know. I'd be happy to help.
Exactly. That's
So anybody like people like that, I love to help, and I
Right.
love to make every show. But you can't make every show.
Right.
And it being in Peabody, Salem area, it's a hike, but it's totally worth it. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But lately, for me, I've tried to make every show, but it sucks when I was super go, and then every show you miss, it's like, oh, it's one more, and if
Right.
you miss too many, then people ask like, did we do something wrong? And I'm like, no. I'm a real person just like everyone else. I have a 9 to 5 just like everyone else.
Right.
I have obligations just like everyone else. And sometimes life happens.
Right.
So that's all I want to say is if it's weddings,
Yeah.
this guy's getting married.
I know.
So come August.
Don't do it. No,
Do
seriously.
it. Just do it.
Yeah,
but,
do it.
But we're gonna be there for him, But without wrestling,
Right.
we wouldn't have met up. Wouldn't have had the crew.
I wouldn't know Greg.
right.
I literally
That's awesome.
one day I messaged Ryan like I just want to be known as something like we want to be the Warriors. We
Right,
want to
right.
rock some vests, but not be a gang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we need a crew.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like I like alliteration, just simple, quick to the point. SC South Coast Sign Crew.
SC squared, or the
SC
Dweeb
squared,
World
whatever.
Order.
People get it. It's really tricky to come off the tongue for a lot of people, but at
Right.
the same time, I try to make things easy. So
Just call us the crew.
the crew.
Nice.
If you want to get our attention,
the
yo,
crew.
crew.
Or just come up to us and say
But
hi.
it's awesome that you guys are doing this and people are noticing it though.
Yeah.
That's the key.
That's what blows my mind.
You know what I mean?
Crazy.
And I just look for that pop, that moment.
Right.
I'm not looking for anything else, but then you hear the commentary team.
Right.
You hear them talk, you hear, oh my God, that was great. You hear the people that you've been booing, finally meeting them, and then they shake your hand, and you've created this. I've talked about Ariel and BMT as much as we rib them.
Right.
They are some of the,
We babysit their kids.
I think the kids babysit them.
I was gonna say the kids babysit you, Ryan. Let's be real.
Yeah, but it's okay. We keep Ryan in check. Just whenever he says something that's a little,
Yeah.
he gets the yellow
He
card.
gets
and
the
then
yellow
after a
card.
few more beers, he might get that red card.
Oh, you get the red card
But it's
too?
okay.
They call me the mouth for a reason.
Mr. Red Card.
I've been called the glue of the crew. I've been called Mr. Red Card, the mouthpiece, you name it.
Nice.
I got a job to do for the crew, and that's what I'm here to do.
Ryan's a perfect example of you miss 100% of the chances you never take.
Oh yeah.
Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott,
Yeah.
Ryan Newell.
I go in guns blazing, and I never miss. So
Nice.
Sometimes I'm just inching away from Ryan. Like, I don't know this guy. I know we're in the same T-shirt and everything, but
that's
just kidding.
what-
We love Ryan.
Well, that's what's cool about like what's happened the last few years. Like
Right.
we can go to shows without wearing a shirt or
And
the
they know who
hats,
you are.
and they come up to us. Oh,
Yeah.
you guys have signs. What do you guys bring? I'm like, how do you know what it's me?
And it's another funny thing where you guys went to that Beyond show, the big one with
Yes.
Cardona.
Yep.
And
Yes.
people saw you. I think Drew might have saw you. And were like, where's the crew? Where's Greg? Where's the signs? And it's like, shit. I didn't bring the signs, but they're
Yeah.
the crew. So they've been to a chaotic show.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a chaotic show.
Never?
I
No,
need
that
to
was-
get to
I've never
a No, there was another one.
You've
right?
never, he's never been either, he said.
So
he's never
there
been to-
was a chaotic show at Widowmaker in Braintree like a couple years ago. It was me,
That's what it was.
Tyler, little rat,
But
and of like we had no signs with us. We had nothing. We had our shirts on. That's it. Ariel and BMT make their entrance. Ryan, do you have the oink? Do you have the? So
bear with me.
with Ariel and BMT,
Yeah.
they say this out of love. They know we say this out of love. We've gotten dirty looks for doing it.
I've messaged him.
I might not have it. It might be far away.
We started oinking.
Yeah.
Just oink, oink, oink. She looks over, expecting to see a sign, doesn't see a sign, sees us, and you could just see the look on her face of
Disappointment,
what is
huh?
happening. But then it dawned that, oh crap.
Ryan
they're
one day
here.
was like, "You ever see that pig on Family Guy, the Jack's pig?" And I'm like, "No." And he sends me a picture of it. I'm like, "Okay, done."
That looks like Ariel from 2002.
It is.
From the Ring of Honor.
It is. And that's the story. If you didn't catch
That's
the
where I
story-
met her the first time. Back
We met
then.
her at NRG, and she ripped up our gross sign. I saw her picture on the card. She looked twice the size as she was when she came out. Incredible. But she ripped up the gross sign. So I said, bet.
right?
So that's when we started to make her into this, and it's just the irony that she looks incredible, but here we are. Oink.
So Jeremy, you really want that sign? Just rip one.
Oh yeah, you're
you
gonna
already-
get
See,
it,
when
Jeremy.
I,
I'm
when they,
telling
when they
you.
rip the sign, I always say, you just made the list, because,
Right.
wrestling
Oh,
fans.
that was
But
my favorite.
They really do make the list. They do.
He used to get huge pops with
It's a
this.
mental list that
Look
I
at this.
keep.
You already have one. They like
See, he knows. But it's by no means a hit list. It's more like a Christmas list of like
Right.
who I want to get next.
Right.
And yeah, I
Christmas
usually
gifts for
I usually
us.
don't tell anybody besides the guys
Right.
what I'm making or what I'm bringing.
So it's a
very
surprise.
very rare does anybody get to see it until even waiting in line. People are like,
Right.
"What'd you bring?" I'm like, "You have to wait
have
just
to
like
wait.
everyone else." I'm very good with that.
That's awesome.
So it's very rare that I.
There's a few times you've gotten us with that of, hey Greg,
yeah.
what'd you bring? Hey Greg, did you do this for this one?
Yeah.
He,
Like,
he
he
keeps
won't
it
tell
very
ya.
close to the
won't
chest
tell
because he
us.
wants us to have the
Sometimes
same
I like to keep the secrets
Right.
for me, but sometimes I like to share it with the boys.
I'm the opposite. Like I would be showing you like right away. I wish I had your
Usually,
patience because I
usually
don't.
show, but sometimes I wait, and it's
Right.
so juicy, so
Nice.
because they get to pop with everyone else too.
Right, right.
And yeah,
Guys, is there anything you want to plug? Any shows you're coming up? You're going to be going to
I know
soon?
this coming Saturday is NRG. I think the show might be out in time to catch that.
Yep.
But
It will
yeah,
be.
Always a good time with Davey. And
Davy's
his crew.
awesome.
We love them.
Shay.
Shay.
Great guy.
Davey usually messages me how many seats you need.
Yeah.
So I consider that, I respect that
Yeah.
a lot. Brian Bayside at the end of the month has a May show. I believe Todd has a May show
Yep.
as well. And that's the thing. Everybody has May shows, or
Yeah.
everybody has shows. So I try to bounce back and forth with you and give promotions that we like.
Right.
We love everybody. If we're not talking about you, there's a reason usually.
Right.
So we just try to up what we love and tell you where we'll be. So I always say just check my Facebook because I'm always on there sharing what shows we're going to be at and
Nice.
whatnot.
Guys, thank you so much for coming
Thank
on.
you.
We're definitely going to do this again. You guys are
absolutely.
a lot of
Thank you.
fun,
Thank
man.
you.
You guys
Appreciate
are a
it,
lot
guys.
of fun.
Thank you.
Guys, with the South Coast Sign Crew, we're out. Peace. Hi, guys. I hope you're enjoying the show. Listen, I could use a little help to grow my YouTube channel. So if you could please like, share, and subscribe, that's most importantly, subscribe. Send me a direct message, and I'll give you a shout out here on the show. My YouTube channel is real simple. It's just my name, Leo Connors. Thanks in advance. Peace.